idiots, whoever renovated this kitchen, didn't install level granite and covered it up with a microwave. This is a 1/4 inch higher than this. How do you mess that up? Hey everyone, welcome to my home and welcome to my channel, A Ginger Can. My name is Brian and today we're tackling that. It's been an eyesore for too many months. What a ginger can do today is I'm going to dig out the rest of this tile, see how much of the drywall is left, and then make a determination of either putting a backing on top of that or removing it all and then it's putting in plywood. And yes, I am putting in plywood because I don't have any spare drywall. I do have spare plywood. And I'm not buying a full sheet for a roughly 30 by 15 inch patch. It doesn't make any sense and it's not worth the money. It's probably not up to code, but if you won't tell, I won't tell. With that said, let me get you a little closer, maybe a little bit of angle, and then we can tackle this. As you saw, I have a sheet over my stovetop. That's just to keep the debris from making a huge mess or too big of a mess. I am dealing with tile, so there could possibly be shards, so I'm wearing gloves. I don't want to get all cut up. And they started it in true fashion of this house. Most everything in this house is half-assed. This is at best, what, a third-assed? So let's dig out the rest of this tile. Probably wearing glove eye protection too. Oh, didn't want to do that. The drywall's in really bad shape. I'm going to end up removing it. Another really good reason to be wearing gloves, fiberglass. Let me go get a saw so I can cut this out. I'll be right back. I don't see any conduits and there shouldn't be any in here, so I should be okay as long as I don't go nuts. Oh, look at that. There's the wiring for the fan/microwave area. Gotta watch out for this stuff. It's not even tacked to the 2x4. It's supposed to be. I don't want to hear any complaints about what I do isn't up to code. I'm not a professional contractor. I didn't get paid a lot of money to do this. This is ridiculous. This whole area is ridiculous, but this is really bad. Now when I cut across here, the top, now that I know this is here, I have to be very, very careful. What I'm probably going to end up doing is just scoring this and then tearing it out. Because again, I don't want to cut these wires. I don't want to be electrocuted today. Sometimes in life, things have to get worse before they get better. This doesn't look any better, but we're gonna get there. Let me get these 4 screws out, and then I can start getting some wood for this hole. I wanna point out a couple of things. I didn't record this, but I'd like to show just how well this was constructed. This is a drywall screw that's supposed to go into the center of a stud. They barely got it. I'm not a professional or paid contractor, but this is some serious BS. Let me go get some wood for this and we'll start patching up this hole and making it look pretty. All right, first things first, before I patch this up, I'm gonna mark on the granite where my stud locations are and the center of them, that way I don't do what they did. I don't miss the stud. And for that, I have some masking tape. And all I'm gonna do is go across here, and go across here, take my Sharpie, take my level. See how easy that is? You mark the studs. And if I'm a little off like this one, I can just say that I need to be on this side of the line. This one is okay. Now for the wood, we're gonna measure this. Measure twice, cut once. To the top is about 14 1/4. And why is this 14 1/2? Are you kidding me? It's not level. These idiots, whoever renovated this kitchen, didn't install level granite and covered it up with a microwave. This is a 1/4 inch higher than this. How do you mess that up? All right, this should all be the same. Yeah, these are level. Okay, let me go get some wood and get this patched up. I don't know why I'm surprised. Everything I dig into this house, it's just one annoyance after another. Hopefully your houses aren't like this. They probably are. You just haven't dug deep enough. Let me go get the wood. All right, I cleaned up a little bit. I've got the wood cut. My original plan was to have a piece of plywood, 2 pieces of plywood here. One as a backing, and then one as my face. That ended up being too thick, even using a sheet of 1/2 inch. My sheet of 3/4 inch hangs over this ledge just too far, and I don't want grease and junk trapped underneath that. I'd rather have the overhang of the granite on this side. For my face, I made a 3/4 inch sheet and I wrapped it in a flame retardant fabric because this is a stove area and there is heat. And we've got a little bit overhang. You can't really see a gap there. This is nice and snug. A couple of the reasons I went with plywood, it was A, I have it on hand and I'm not buying a sheet of drywall, as I've already explained. And B, I want to hang at least my wok from this when get it up off the stove when I'm not using it. It takes up some space. I don't really have the counter space to maneuver it around too much. So I want to be able to hang it here and it's more or less out of the way. And I wasn't confident with drywall, well, except now I know where the studs are, but I kind of want them offset from where the studs are, and putting a hanger into plywood is way better than putting a hanger into drywall when there's no stud involved. It just gives that added strength, that added security. But with that said, let me drill a couple of holes, get this secured to the studs, and then we'll get the piece of metal that's going here, because this isn't going to be the actual face. This will just attract grease and junk and whatnot. Plus it does look better than the tile that was there originally, but it's not my end goal. Let's get this drilled in. You want a strong backing, that's a strong backing. I didn't nick any wires. I call this a success so far, given what I had to work with. Let's go get the metal. All right, I've thought long and hard about how I'm gonna secure this. This is cut to fit this gap exactly, even with the extra 1/4 inch. You know, that doesn't look half bad actually. I wanted something to match our appliances that's mostly slate. This is the closest paint that I could find, and the texture adds a nice little feature. Regardless, this is way better than the tile. Now I mentioned attaching this. I thought about glue, wasn't crazy about glue. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the hooks to attach this to the plywood. And that way it gives it a nice clean look. You're not gonna see any extra screws or screw holes or anything weird. It's gonna look like it belongs there. And then I've got the hooks for, you know, at least my wok and maybe something else. Let's do some measuring and put some hooks on. All right, this is my 14-inch wok that I got for Christmas from my lovely wife. I don't know how she even knew I wanted a wok. She must have known that I've been shopping for one for a while. And I'm gonna wanna hang it somewhere around here. And for symmetry's sake, I am going to measure from the top at about 7 3/4, and from the side, roughly 8 7/16. 7 3/4. Oh wow, that was almost right on the money. So these will be my 2 hook locations. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, Brian, okay, yeah, you got rid of the tile and it looks better, But what about this gaping hole? That's for the next video. I will finally get the hood installed. Shouldn't be too hard. Got a little bit of wiring to do on the hood, but it's a regular electrical outlet up top. Should be able to route that up and around. I will have to dig it out and make sure the vents line up and I don't have to do any manipulation up there. But we should be good to go for slapping that in. Let me get these last 2 screws in and we'll push the camera out and close this video up. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. I have replaced the atrocity that was there. Again, it's not 100%. I still got the hood to put up, but we'll get that knocked out here real soon. It's been just sitting in a box since December. Yeah, I don't hear the end of it. So thank you for watching. This has been a Ginger Can. Again, my name is Brian, and today we did some demolition, we tore some stuff up, we inhaled a lot of drywall dust. I suggest wearing a mask. I wasn't thinking. We made, I don't know what this is called, a backsplash. It's not really a backsplash for your stovetop area. And there used to be a microwave that sat there. I don't know if you can tell by the grease lines, but yeah, it was a real pain in the backside. But that's a different video. If you happen across this video, I appreciate you watching it. I'm a stay-at-home dad. I do a lot of DIY stuff, home repair, home improvement, things like that, some cooking, minor product reviews, just my 2 cents on a couple of things like air fryers. I completely destroyed them. They're absolutely worthless for me and my family. And if that interests you, consider subscribing. I'd appreciate that. For everyone that is subscribed, thank you very much. I appreciate that even more. Hit that notification bell if you would. That way you know when I put up videos. I try to get them up on a Saturday. Life just gets in the way sometimes, and I apologize for that. I'm not very consistent, but I am also doing all the work and the actual work, recording, editing, uploading, and I've got 2 little boys that need attention too. So life gets in the way, and I apologize for that. Give me a like if you thought this was entertaining, informative, educational, or what have you. Comment down below if you've got projects or if you think I could have done this better. That's fine. I am not, again, an expert at this. I am not a paid contractor. I'm not an expert contractor, but I do know what's messed up. And there were a lot of parts of this that was messed up, especially when I took the microwave down. It was barely hanging in on there. I don't know if you saw, but there was still a toggle in there that was just hooked to the drywall and tile for the microwave that weighs a ton. And that's all I got for you in this video. I will catch you in the next video, which should be the hood. I have got a massive cleanup to do. I have got drywall dust everywhere. I tried my best to get everything out of the way, and I still made a colossal mess. Unless there's some on the floor that I've been stepping on. Drywall dust has a way of getting everywhere no matter what you do.